Welcome to your first tutorial on beginning HTML. In this video, we are going to create our very first HTML web page. Now, in terms of what you need to follow along with this tutorial, you just need a text editor. And here I'm using Visual Studio Code. You can also use Sublime Text. There are many text editors out there, but here I'm using Visual Studio Code. Now also make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be alerted anytime I post a video, so you can follow along with my tutorials. Now here I have Visual Studio Code and I'm about to start. We're about to start to create our very first HTML web page. Just go over here, click File, open your folder, and make sure you have an empty folder in your desktop. And here in my case I have this folder I call this folder tutorial. I have this empty folder called tutorial. Select the folder, and now to get started, just click here, over here, new file, index. You write index.html, click enter, and there we have it. This is our index.html page. Now all we need here now, we want to get started with HTML. This is what you need. Now to get started, you need to declare your doc type. What you do, doc type. You use exclamation doc type. You can see the completion. That's why I like Visual Studio Code. You can see it's completing it for us. You can see over here, so you can just click it. Yeah, you can see we just need doc type HTML. This is what you need to start with your HTML page. You can see you open a tag, you look at this sign here and the doc type, and then HTML, then you close it. It doesn't need a closing tag. You can see it doesn't need a closing tag. You can see this exclamation mark here, started, and then doc type, then HTML. And the next thing we need here is HTML. And there we go. And yeah, this is simply where everything is going to go in. Everything is going to go inside our HTML, so we can just do this, give it space, and then now here we can put our head tag. The head tag also needs a closing tag. We can do this. Now inside this head tag we put our title. This title is the title of our web page. It's what will be showing at the top of our web page, the title. And now to do this title, say title. You see, doc type HTML head, title, head, and then the HTML. Now what will be inside this title? It's what you want to be at the top of your web. Like the name of your web page. That's just like the name. So you just say this is a web page about game. So just say game. Let's just call this game. That's good. So now let's get to the most important thing, which is the body. The body tag. Now this is the body tag. This is everything about the HTML. This body tag. This is everything now about this HTML. So to start this body tag, you put your tag and you give body. Everything will go inside this body tag. Everything, absolutely everything will go inside this body tag. Everything. So now what we want to do, you can see if we load this, let's load this. You can load it here. You say, you right click, say reveal in File Explorer, click your index, we have nothing. Now you can see there is nothing because we haven't done anything inside the body. There is nothing on our web page. We haven't done anything with it. So now, to get started writing things in our web page, now we want to write a header. In every web page, if you go, you almost see all the web page have header. So let's just give a header. Since this is and to give a header, put your tag. It's a H1. Use H1. You can see the H1 has opening tag and it has a closing tag. Now to put something inside this header, let's just say the game section. Okay, this is the game section. And now these headers, what this H1 does, it makes a text bigger. H1 is the biggest text in an HTML. H1 is the biggest, H2 is second to the biggest, H3 is third to the biggest, H4, H5 and so on. So that it stops at H6. So that's it. This H1 now is the biggest text that will be on your web page. So now there's also another one we call paragraphs. So of course, when you have a header, you would want a paragraph. So let's do a paragraph element here. It's a P tag. We call it a P tag. You can see it has an opening tag and a closing tag, just like the header here. So what we want to put in this paragraph now, we say this is a section of games everything you need to know about games is here. Everything you need to know about games is here. You can see this is a paragraph. Now a paragraph will be smaller. It won't be like the heading. It will be smaller. Let me make this bolder for you. Let me bring this font. Now we have a heading and we have a paragraph. Now let's give another heading. Let's give a space, another heading. The second heading, remember we said we have H1 and H2. H2 will be smaller. H2 will be a little bit smaller, more than the H1. So H2 now we say the download section. Remember, this H2 will be a little bit smaller than the H1. Now let's give a paragraph. A paragraph for the H2 element. A paragraph, say, here you can download any game of your choice. Now we have a H1 tag and a paragraph. We have a H2 and a paragraph. Now let's load this to see what we have on our page. Let's refresh here. You can see our very first web page. You can see the H1 tag is bigger than the H2 tag, but you can see the paragraphs, they are almost the same. the paragraph, they're the same. So paragraph, you can also, this is unless we are doing CSS, but we are not doing that now. With CSS, we can make this paragraph bigger. We can also make this H2 bigger. So but now we are doing HTML, so let's focus on HTML. This is our very first web page. You can see the H1 is bigger, the H2 is a little bigger. So that is what they do. So at least now you know the basics. This is the normal basic. If you know these things in HTML, believe me, you're on your way in knowing and understanding HTML. These are the basic things you just need to know in HTML. So that will be it for this video. In the next video, we'll move into another things, but we'll still be using this website, so I'll make you understand more and more things in HTML. Okay, I'll see you guys